how do you, as a Bible translator, see this ability to transfer these truths and still keep it as, the Word of God?
Hmm. Yeah, that is a good question. So I think ultimately we just have to we have all as in all things we have to just entrust our efforts to the Lord, and um, I think one thing that is not essential is to somehow claim that our translation is inspired, that somehow the translation itself has that inspiration behind it. I don't think that's a claim that we should be making. Um, and I think just like there are other things that we really hold highly, like creeds and confessions, but we claim, hey, those things have derivative authority. I think that can be said of translation as well, that the authority that you see in the scriptures, if a translation, it derives its authority. It really is authoritative insofar as it conforms to its source for authority. And so that is like what God has given to us, inspired in the original, the original languages. Um, but I think another really important thing that comes into translation is this is not so much a matter of authority, but it is a matter of like wisdom in terms of how you go about your translation. Is it's what's your goal? To recognize that all translation is a matter of managing losses. You want to know how to manage those losses, and the big in translation people call it scopos. What's your scopos? But it really just means what's your purpose or goal? What are you trying to do with this? And so yeah, if you want this Bible to serve the church in a specific way, and you recognize this church is very new and it's a baby church, you probably want to emphasize clarity in your translation over accuracy. If you're gonna have to be like, if accuracy and clarity are gonna pit themselves against each other, which hopefully they're not. We always hope to keep them both, but sometimes you might actually have to emphasize one or the other. And it's a matter of like, what is your scopus? Now, this is not to say that that is therefore like good that we lost the accuracy there, but it is a way to let your translation serve the church in the way that you are hoping for it to. And it's one of the reasons why, because translation is a matter of managing of losses. This is one of the reasons why it's so good to be reading different Bible translations. If you have that privilege in your language to read the New King James, but also the New Living Translation, or the ESV, or all of these have things that they bring to the table that is good, and sometimes they have things that that are not as good, but like it's all good. It's all beneficial. So